Today's video is for my IB classes, and today, right now in IB, we're talking about financial mathematics. Now, this is fancy math talk for money problems. Well, that's probably a bad way to put it. Not money problems. If you don't get the lesson, maybe one day you probably will have money problems. So we won't call it money problems. Let's call it money math. Let's call it money math. So, this video is specifically geared towards doing these money calculations using a graphic calculator. We have TIs and we have Casios. This video will show you how to do both. Now, if you're more interested in the formulas and the number crunching and all of the work that goes into these types of problems, there is a video for that. But this video is specifically for the calculators. So, on these calculators, each of them have a program called TVM. T for time, V for value, and M of money. T, V, M. Bang! So each of these calculators has a TVM solver. Today we're going to talk about how to solve these problems using these types of calculators. Now, regardless of the calculator you're using, you're going to have to input certain information regarding the problem. So let's talk about those parameters that you're going to input. Bang! So, each of these represents a parameter in a problem or some information that you're either going to input or you're going to learn about. So, N. N is the number of compoundings. Compoundings meaning how many times the amount of money is going to change. So if something is compounded quarterly, that's 4 times a year. If something is compounded monthly, that's 12 times a year. Now, depending on how many years, that will determine how many compoundings. But N is not the number of years. N is the number of compoundings. All right. I. Bang. I is the interest. As a percentage. No need to turn it into a decimal. No need to divide it by 100. You enter it in as the percentage. Now, this interest can be positive or negative. Things that appreciate or go up in value would have a positive interest rate. Things that depreciate or decrease in value would have a negative interest rate. So you can enter a positive or a negative interest rate. PV, bang, present value. Present value is how much money you start with. That's your start money. That's how much you either start your interest-bearing checking account with, or maybe it's the value of your car before it started to depreciate. But PV is present value, is the money that you start with. Now, it's usually negative. In these calculators, when you're putting in a present value, it's usually negative because anytime you are paying money as the user on these calculators, you're going to enter a negative value. So if I deposit $10,000 into a savings account, this PV will be negative because it's coming out of my pocket. So always remember, that's probably negative. Your present value is how much money you pay out. So that's why it'd be negative. Anything that's negative is money that you pay. Payment is for later. Payment is specifically when we are making monthly payments, as in like a mortgage payment. We'll talk about amortization problems. That's when that'll come up. You don't have to worry about that now. Leave that blank. Future value. Future value is end money. It's how much money you have left or have at the end of the problem. That's future value, and it's usually positive. It's always going to be the opposite sign of the present value. So if I'm paying out money in the present value, that means it's negative. And when I get that money back and receive it from future value, then it's positive. All right. P over Y. Payments per year, and C over Y, compoundings per year. Now, payments per year we're not really focused on right now because that comes up with amortizations. However, compoundings per year is extremely important. How many times is the interest being compounded every year? For monthly, that would be 12. For quarterly, that would be 4. For annually, how many compoundings per year would it be annually? 1. Exactly right. The main thing that you need to know here, though, these should match. Your P over Y and your C over Y have to match. Bang. Okay, so now that we have an idea of what's going to get entered into the calculator, let's talk about how we actually work with the calculator.